Stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned. I'm here with the coach, John Brent.
I'm here with the vet, Mr. Ian Griffin, to the left of the screen.
Yeah, we got it all kind of going crazy here. Man, coach, so the other day I had to go to the VA. I was kind of sick, and but I was having my special checkup, my annual checkup I do with the VA, and they stopped me there and they go, "Hey, have you had a COVID? I've been around people with COVID." I'm like, "Hey, stop! I got the vaccine, man. Why do I need to worry about that?" And he goes, "That don't matter." I'm like, what? Hold on, you gave me the vaccine. I've had the COVID. That don't matter. What are we doing here? So, what do you think, Coach?
I'm at a loss of words. It's like we're being told one thing: get the vaccine so you can be protected, so you can be around your friends, so we can open up and we can have concerts, and we're gonna get to that crap in a minute. But we have 9 Yankees in the last week. New York Yankees baseball team, Major League Baseball, confirmed cases of COVID, and all of them have been vaccinated. So get the vaccinated. You know, now the new thing is, it used to be get the vaccination so you can't spread it. Get the vaccination so you can't get it. Now, well, it doesn't matter if you get it or give it. It's going to help you not die from it. Well, there's still people going to hospitals, still people dying from it, and the rate is, oh my God, it's absolutely driving me crazy. How can we have vaccinated people at that? There's only 20-something people on that team, vet.
Yeah.
Vaccine bullshit. What is going on, man? You got to help me understand, because I'm about ready to just say, forget the vaccine crap.
I don't know, but I read a lot about the vaccine, that it doesn't give you the vaccine. What it does, it attacks a protein that's associated with the vaccine. So when you get it again, it identifies that immediately, and your body's prepared to fight it, is what I've read about it. There's a protein that's associated with not with the vaccine, but with the virus itself. And it makes replicas of it, and it identifies that. So when you do get the virus, it's like, uh-oh, gotcha, coming at you now, full steam ahead, prepared for you. So I don't know.
I don't know either, but you have a high percentage of these crazy Republicans, as they call, not wanting to get the vaccine because of a number of reasons. Number one, who knows if it works? Number two, are we guinea pigs? Number three, not sheep. But number four, even this, it hadn't been tested that long. We don't even know what we're putting in our bodies, really. Oh, well, you're just weird. Oh, you're just a conspiracy theory. Well, I'm not a conspiracy theory when I say 30 people, or less than 30 people, the Yankees got the vaccine and 9 of them still get COVID. That's not a conspiracy. That's 30% of the people or more that took it just on one baseball team. And now I'm starting to look at other things that I posted online this week from the CDC of vaccinated people that are actually getting COVID after 2 weeks of having the vaccine, both shots. So what the hell's going on?
I don't know, but the news has perpetuated that it's the crazy Republicans, but it's both sides. Both sides have thrown harpoons in this thing. So, but that's the narrative to make it sound like, all Republicans are conspiracy theorists. But I mean, be honest, if they just released, the CDC released that the 12 to 15-year-olds can get a vaccine. Well, I'm just going to throw some truth out here. No matter what anybody thinks, we have not had a valid test of somebody reproducing with this stuff after 5 years of having it. So, I don't know. We got a gap in that, in my mind, is no matter how anybody wants to theorize it, we don't have a valid test 5 years from now, somebody having this vaccine and reproducing. I'm past my reproduction years. Ladies, sorry, it's all done. You're not getting no more. That's just how it is. But it is what it is. With these younger ones, there's some serious questions to be asked, and they should not be looked upon in a different way just because they chose not to have the vaccine.
No, I'm tired of the shaming of everything. I'm tired of the vax shaming, that people posting their photos. Oh, I got my vaccine, so if I don't, then there's a problem. Also, I'm getting these things on Facebook. Oh, you can actually post once you get the vaccine that you got the vaccine. Look, it's a personal thing. You don't know. If I'm a young kid, I'm telling you right now, I'm not taking it. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you have no idea what it's going to do for male or female reproductive.
Yeah.
Look, all these late night attorneys coming on all the time talking about, well, if you ever took this, or if you had this mesh, or if you thing and you took this medication and it did all these horrible things, contact us now for a lawsuit. I'm going to tell you right now, 3 to 5 years from now, Vet, there's attorneys right now getting ready to buy islands, knowing that they're about to go left and right on the sucker because, look, you got 330 million people in our country. You got 600,000 people that have died in a year and a few months from a virus that we have people dying all over left and right from other things. But I'm telling you, less than 1% of the population, a whole lot less than 1% got it. Less than 2 or 3% of the ones that even get it die from it. And then we're flipping out over, oh, well, you didn't take the vaccine, so we're going to shame you, or maybe you need a vaccine passport card. Bullshit. I ain't taking one, not getting the card. Now I am flying out of the country, coming back, baby.
Well, I'll just say this to close it out. I just wish Facebook would maybe put like one of those stickers on there. If you've seen the president or the vice president within 500 miles of the freaking southern border by the immigration areas, that would probably be a good one to put on there because we'd all like to see that, to actually see them do their damn job instead of invoking racism or a controlling effect of COVID or something of that nature. But we got to move on, Coach. We got something else coming up here.
You got to give me 30 seconds on this border immigration crap. You got to. They were going to send the Queen of America, Kamala, California, Willie Brown Harris down there to fix the border. Well, now that they got and realized after about 2 days of it, it's not something that you can just go, oh, there's bad cages that Obama and Trump had, and he's a bad guy for putting the wall up and mean tweets. It's actually got to get there and do some damn work. We still got kids in cages, and we still got people coming, Kamala Harris. So get out of the bull crap, do something about it, or give somebody the authorization to do something about it instead of just sitting around going, oh, it's not a crisis. It's only a crisis if it had Trump's name on it. It's the same bullshit now.
Well, Coach, I'll say 2 things on this. First of all, she's avoiding it like the plague because she's wanting a political future as the president of the United States. And she knows that she puts her hands in any shape, form, or fashion that she knows she's going down with it because it is a cluster. And the second thing is it just shows how much power Joe Biden doesn't have because she serves at the pleasure of the president and he can't even get her to follow his orders. So from that there, I think it's time to move on to something better. And, so, Coach, I heard you got some bad news recently.
Man, I'm in therapy over it. I've already called the therapist. I'm going to need extra 2 or 3 sessions a week. I mean, I got in 2019 in December, I got one of the greatest gifts. Now, I've seen Motley Crue 11 times. Let's don't say I haven't seen them. But Christmas of 2019, I got summer 2020 tickets to Crue, Def Leppard, Poison, Joan Jett. I'm hyped. I'm getting in shape. I'm wearing a half shirt because I'm going to get in shape wearing a half shirt like I did in the 80s. Okay, so we get COVID. Okay, scary COVID. So we're going to have it in 2021. I'm even in better shape now. I'm definitely wearing a half shirt. Hell, I might not even wear a shirt, a vet. I might just go shirtless. And then all of a sudden I get a text from you the other day, which I should have blocked you immediately, that said, oh, sorry, here's this. So I checked my tickets. Now they're canceling it. Now we're going to see it in 2022. Those old guys from Crue and Def Leppard and Poison are going to be dead by then. I'm going to trade in my tickets to go see some boy band or some bullshit now. That's the 4th time I said bullshit. I'm mad. It's all because of the Crue.
Well, you know what it is the guitar player, and I'm going to say his name, and people are going to get confused who it is. Phil Collen, who is in great shape, the guitar player for Def Leppard. I think Vince Neil saw pictures of him and says, oh, I better spend another year trying to get back into shape because I can't compete with that out there right there. I don't know. So
I'm going to tell you right now, Vince Neil is susceptible to COVID because his big butt's at least 150 pounds overweight. And he can't complete a whole sentence when he sings. But I tell you what, Nick, Tommy, and Mick can still rock and roll. They just let the fat boy run around. That's all we need.
Yeah, I agree. So, this concert season, I printed out a list of concerts, and there's some concerts I really like to see. And there's some I'm going older and wiser in my thing. But the Eagles are going to be around September 21st. Kiss, October 1st. Why says she don't want to see Kiss. Judas Priest, October 15th. But I've seen some live videos of Judas Priest, and they just don't look like they're doing anything up there, man. The Offspring's going to be there September 5th. And then I just got news that one of my favorite new bands is going to be there November 20th at Fort Worth. Is Lizzie Howe from Howlstorm with Evanescence there. And I'm definitely seeing that concert for sure. So go ahead,
Yeah,
Coach.
I saw Evanescence a few years ago in concert in Irving at the Toyota Music Center. Speaking of Toyota Music Center, one of Pittsburgh's hometown guys, Co Wessel, just got booked there at the Irving Toyota Music. It's a pretty big place too. Good job, Co. But I'm telling you right now, I'm trading my tickets in. We talked about it this morning, the wife and I. We're going to trade the tickets on Vivid for Dave Matthews at Choctaw Casino. We're going to trade them in. We're going to go see Dave Matthews. I always want to see Dave Matthews Band.
Yeah, well, I'm not a Matthews fan, but that would probably be a pretty good deal there. I'm just not. I just couldn't get into that little wangy voice he got, man. And but I've seen Lizzie Hale before open up for Alice Cooper, and I'm excited because she can well. But there's a couple of bands that I would fly to go see though. If Metallica would come around, or the Foo Fighters, I would go fly to go see them. We talked about that we would definitely go fly to see them.
Right.
But,
I mean, I got 3 on my bucket list that I haven't seen, and one is Dave Matthews, another one's John Mayer. And I always said that, I always love to see someone like, people think it's crazy. I've never seen George Strait.
No, I hadn't either. Now, I will say this, and he plays great, is Brad Paisley's going to be up in Dallas this summer also, and that dude plays the guitar like it ain't nobody's business. And
He can play guitar, but he needs to quit singing them stupid tick songs and fish play guitar.
He's cool, man. He's cool. So the wife and I, we talked when I come back from vacation, if I got enough pennies, I'm going to book the Eagles concert. Definitely book in the House Storm concert no matter what. So anyway, because I have a feeling this will be the last chance to see the Eagles, and I won't be able to see them after this. So,
well, I'm so disappointed because I actually had that whole weekend was going to be. I had my second physique show was going to be in Austin on the 20th. On that, the 20th and 21st in Austin, and then I was going to drive up to Dallas, go to Motley Crue on the 22nd, best shape of my life, half shirt. I don't know. I might just go see Dave Matthews fat and don't even care. I'm just over it.
So for us to go up to these things here, one of the things that we talked about, it's an all time, it's a whole event for us. When we go up there, it's we'll go there and spend the weekend up there when we go and all that other Shasta Manelli, and so we're looking forward to it. But not only that, we got the NFL football schedule out, Coach, and got some dates on there.
Yeah, first thing and foremost, I'll let you handle a lot of this. But when I saw that the Cowboys were opening up playing the Super Bowl champs, the Buccaneers, I'm like, well, right off the bat, we're gonna have that defense going right at that ankle. And Tom Brady's going to – I mean, you know how this game's going to be. Cowboys always do this to us. They'll be in the game. They'll make it look like the guy that shot. And then Brady will come down because we'll score with about a minute, 58 seconds with no timeouts for Brady. We'll go, uh-oh, it's Tom Brady. Too much time. We'll lose. But, hey, I will have to say this. I did give the Cowboys a little bit better season than last year. I had them 8-8 last year. I'm giving them 9-7 and winning the East this year. We'll go over that later, but I can't even believe I did it.
Wow. So, well, first of all, I'll say for me is, the first 2 games, the Buccaneers and the Chargers, I look at us being 0-2 on the schedule. With the draft itself, we got a great guy as a linebacker that we selected, and I 100% agree with it. But it was kind of like us drafting another fucking running back. Excuse my language. I didn't mean to say that. The first time I ever said that on air. It's like drafting another running back. Did we need that? I'm not really sure we did, as much as we needed a dang cornerback, somebody that cover any receiver whatsoever. And we drafted a lot of defense, but we were so behind on the draft this year. I was so disappointed. But I will say day 3, we actually got some good people that I thought were like, okay, we needed that. We needed that. We had our linebacker that we could have waited a day 3 draft. But anyway, moving along. So I just think that when in doubt, Dallas doesn't know what they want to do in the draft. What do they always draft? They draft a linebacker. And the things I've seen with Dallas is we don't know how to develop second-round draft picks. We normally hit a gold mine in round 3, and we pick some pretty good ones in round 1, and then we develop somebody down in 6 and 7. But we don't know how to develop anybody in second round. And we could have moved up. We had all this draft capital, had 11 picks, which 11 of them will not make the team. You had all this draft capital, so you'll have 7 of them make the team, and like, why did we have all 11 and we didn't draft up? So I don't know. So that's just my thought on the draft, Coach. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I'll say this much. Being a coach, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care if you're NFL, if you're 6-man football, middle linebacker or linebacker, there's a dime a dozen. You need a guy that's a headhunter that wants to tackle inside. Okay, because you're in the NFL now. There's 2 things you need in the NFL more than anything. You need defensive end rushers and you need cornerbacks. Because what the heck's going on? We're scoring 30 points a game against us and even more at times. You got to be able to stop the pass. You got to be able to stop the pass without even putting your hands on anybody more. So you need somebody with speed. You need somebody that's a ball. Look at somebody like Tyrann Mathieu, Honey Badger, the fastest guy in the world, but he is going to be around that ball. You need to draft those kind of guys. You don't draft a linebacker. You get a free agent linebacker for a year at a time. You can get a 5th-round linebacker, somebody that's a headhunter at a small university, because all you need them out there is running around at a 4.4 making tackles. And you're going to spend a 1st round and a top 15 on that? Dude, that's cornerback DE all the way. I mean, what are they thinking? Have they not learned anything? If you're a homer, it's a great draft. You got a bunch of defensive people. But if you're somebody looking at it as, what are you doing? You don't just go out and buy, draft a bunch of defense. You got to do specifically what you need in this league. And we didn't do it.
Yeah. And so the couple of things I'll say on that was the linebacker thing is we have 2 decent linebackers. They ain't the best in the league, but they're probably in the top 12 or so. We got 2 decent linebackers, top 15. And that's one thing. And the second thing is they got all jump up and down about drafting a defensive tackle at weigh 280 pounds. And I'm sitting there going, dude, that's an oversized wide receiver, man. You need the 320-pound fat guy up in there is what I'm expecting you to do. Well, they drafted him in the 6th round. And I'm like, but when you tell me that your linebacker may rotate in as a 1st round, why did you draft him in the 1st round?
Exactly. You don't rotate in a linebacker that you're going to pay that much money to. That needs to be a guy that's big enough to stop somebody, mad enough to tackle somebody, and quick enough to cover somebody. And if you don't draft that in the 1st round, then go to the 2nd round, trade down and get something, or go for that cornerback that was still there. Look, there was 2 drafted above, but there was 1 below that I told you day one, that's going to be the guy if you take him. You take the guy because he's a playmaker. Oh, he's got a hurt back. Man, you got 3 years of playing this league. Let him play 3 years.
Yeah, I agree, Coach. They should have ate their crow, drafted at number 12, somebody ranked 28th, and called it a day. Instead, we drafted some people in the 3rd round that were not projected to go until the 7th round or free agency. And I'm just like, other teams didn't do that. This wasn't rocket science. And in what I'll say, though, one thing I will say with the 1st round draft pick, Parsons, that dude is quick. I saw him on the field of the tapes, and that dude's got like really quick closing speed. And I'm like, you put him and Jalen Smith in the middle over the nose tackle, behind the nose tackle, and say, run in, one of them's going to get to the quarterback rather quickly, so.
Right, but you have to think about this. A lot of the offenses now are throwing quick within 1, 2, 3, let the ball go. He's not going to get there. What you're going to need is a corner that can go up, turn around, make a play on the ball, or you're going to get burnt on the outside. You get burnt on quick slants because if you're going for the quarterback and you're an inside or outside linebacker, then you're not covering that drag. You're not covering that crossing pattern. You got somebody like Kelsey. You got somebody like that going across the middle. You got somebody like T. Hill. We're playing the Chiefs this year with this defense, okay? Are you realizing that we're going to play the Chiefs with this defense?
Yeah. And
the Chiefs are going to go 16-0 is what I'm projecting right now. 16-0.
I don't see that, but they went and picked up every lineman that wasn't on a team last year. I can tell you that.
Hey, they saw Patrick Mahomes throwing vertical 90 degrees from the ground. They're like, dude, we got to get somebody to protect this dude. But I'm telling you what, they're going 16-0 bet, and he's not even going to play the last game.
Wow. So let me tell you this. On the schedule, though, on the schedule itself, we play home at Philadelphia, Carolina, New York Giants, Denver, Atlanta, the Raiders on Thanksgiving, and then the Washington football team. What they're going to call themselves this year, hell, I don't know. And we play at home in all those. We play Washington 2 games in 3 out of 3 games. Like, it's insane. So anyway, I'm definitely going to at least 1 game. Might go to 2. I'm going to one of the first 3 games is at home for sure, and because I got to, and while there's hope. So anyway.
Well, the scary thing looking at the schedule for me is you're right. 0-2 is not crazy to look at. We got a lot of meat early in the schedule. We're not a really good November, December team. And we're going to have to come out winning 4 or 5 games, look like at the end, probably to have a winning record because, like you said, we play the Raiders, the Chargers, the Chiefs, and all that early on with the Buccaneers. And then, like you said, we have Washington, the Giants, Washington, and then I want to say, man, the Cardinals are going to be good too. So, I mean, we're coming down the end. We're going to have to win probably the last 5 games and even make the darn playoffs again.
Yeah, we play Philadelphia at the end. And there's some teams, the NFC West is going to be a beast because you have the Seahawks who are normally good, and they got a great wide receiver, DK Metcalf. And then you have the Cardinals who are loaded.
Right.
And then you had the 49ers who everybody forgot about because they all had injuries, and they're still stacked from 2 years ago.
And then, hey, you got the Falcons.
Yeah, and the Falcons in the South will be good. I don't think the Saints are going to be all that, though, this year in the South. I mean, they don't have Drew Brees. And
one thing the Saints will have is they will have a good defense, Vet. And having a good defense will help you a lot, especially in close games, especially late in the year. So if they somehow make it through the growing pains of not having Drew Brees in the beginning, I think they're going to be tough in the end. We play them in the second half of the season. So, go and is the game in the Dome?
Yeah, it's in the Dome. Yeah, it's December 2nd. It is.
That's a tough place.
It is. And so it'll be interesting this year. I don't have a number on the Cowboys, but I think they'll take the division. I said that last year, and they sure the heck didn't. But I will say that Washington defense has probably got the best defense in the NFL.
And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not only like being a coach, I'll tell you right now, when you play a team twice, it's hard to win both of them. And when you play a team twice in 3 or 4 weeks like that's actually in 3 weeks, man, it is difficult to win both those games or lose both those games. I'm telling you, it's going to be a tough year, but I'm going to tell you right now, I have one question for you before we get off of here. Who's the backup for the Cowboys? Because he's going to be valuable, I believe.
Yeah, they haven't identified him yet. They brought some people in, and they haven't identified it, and they didn't approach it in the draft, which I was okay with them not approaching the draft, to be honest. But right now they still have that Dunichi or whatever his name was that played one game last year that he kind of showed flashes of Romo, and then the game got too big for him at the end. But instead of putting him back out there, they all freaked out,
Right. Well, the reason I said it is not because Dak's going to suck. I don't think Dak is a top 10 quarterback. You know that. I've always said that. But I do think this, if he gets a concussion or a sore shoulder and it comes down to we have to have 1 or 2 game differences, 1 or 2 games in this season being for the Cowboys is sitting at home or being in the playoffs. So I really hope we have somebody that can do that because I do not think many quarterbacks in this league are going to make it all 16 games.
Yeah, I agree. So one thing 17 games.
Yeah, my bad.
And the one thing I will say on the Cowboys, and this was true to them last year, they will go as far as their offensive line stays healthy. Last year, their line was ragged. It was trashed. It was thrown apart. They will go as far as it stays healthy. The defense looked bad. It was bad. It was atrocious. But part of it was because you had no offensive line and you're going 3 and out every freaking darn time you get the dang ball, not scoring in the third and a half quarter, So if they can keep the offensive line healthy, I think it'll de-stress the defense a lot and things. Because if you watch some of the games with the defense, the first 2 quarters, first quarter and a half, they were holding their own. It's just they were spent. They were just spent. They were out of gas. So I don't know. That's just me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I agree. It's going to be fun. But I'll tell you what it is. My dad used to say, God rest his soul, there's not 4 seasons in Texas. There's football season and the season waiting for football season. So right now we're in a holding pattern, waiting for preseason. I'm ready for preseason. I want to just see somebody throw a ball. That's all. I'm ready.
Yep. So, hey, we got to get out of here, Coach.
Vet. I'm going to be in a new place this year. So I'm interested in the football season. I'll be coaching at Marshall Christian this year. So instead of Kings Academy, which I'm going to miss that, guys. But I'm looking forward to some more Friday Night Lights. I'm just ready for some football. That's all.
Me too. It's time. It is time. So we got to get out of here. So from the coach
to the vet.
Stay tuned.